I'm Lise Swenson, and this is my dog Lefty, and I am the very proud and happy writer, director, and co-lead producer of Saltwater. Saltwater has been a story that I've been carrying inside of me for about 10 years. I actually wrote the first draft of this script 6 years ago, and then I put it away and worked on a couple other films, and then I brought it out a couple of years ago. It was fascinating to me that the writing I had done as much as 10 years ago foreshadowed a lot of what was to come in my life. One of the central characters is diagnosed and dies with cancer during the course of the film. And this film is very, very, very loosely autobiographical, but from the time I wrote the first draft, I put it down and came back to it. My mother was actually diagnosed with and has subsequently died of cancer. So the echo to my own life, and given that it's loosely autobiographical, looking at 3 generations of women, pulling apart on my mom's personality and her legacy, was a trip. And when I came back to the script, not only was I still in love with the story, but it had become a very important personal process for me. So that's why Saltwater. I mean, there's lots of reasons. For personal reasons, to elevate my filmmaking to the next level. This is by far the largest project I've worked on to date. This will be my 3rd feature film. But I'm raising the bar for myself and my teammates, and just overall. Bigger budget, we're trying to bring on profile cast, putting together a more professional team, really trying to raise the money to pay people. Really trying to take my filmmaking and the people I'm working with to the next level during this process of making Saltwater. So it's personal, it's political, it's professional, it's a bunch of P's. I've been a filmmaker and an artist for over 20 years, so my personal goals are to be a filmmaker and artist. I am very fortunate that I get to do what I think I was born to do in this world, which is to tell stories through visual art and through filmmaking. My goals have certainly shifted over the years. I started out working very much in community. Most of my work was political, referencing the world immediately around me. The older I've gotten, I still do political work on occasion, but it's become much more personal, and I think I can infuse the personal with the political now. I have the confidence to tell stories that are more lyrical and narrative and not so overt. My immediate personal goals are to make a beautiful film that breaks out into the world in a very powerful way, is seen by very large audiences, and sells, so that the people who have invested their time and their money in this process reap the rewards of having had confidence in this process. I would like this film to be my flagship film that allows me to work at this level and beyond for the rest of my life. Well, I've had lots of really amazing and unusual and diverse experiences in my life. But even just being here we are at Pier 27 in San Francisco, sitting outside the construction area of where they build props for floats for the parades here in San Francisco. I mean, how many people get to hang out in these odd places all over the world, really? And it was because of the gift of receiving the residency at Filmhouse. This is where we park our cars. You know, we are in the belly of the beast of San Francisco. And you can see how truly weird San Francisco is by looking at the belly of the beast. I mean, that's not a weird experience, but what a privileged experience that we have to be housed here for free at Filmhouse on the Embarcadero, along with all the odd props that are made for parades for the city of San Francisco. A weird experience, just really quick. I'm trying to think. Weird. Well, I spent 3 summers riding freight trains around the United States, and I made 2 short films about that. I became the best known female hobo back in the mid-90s. That was weird.